Hey everybody out there, my name's Tommy. This is my channel, Counting on the Big Sleep. We are at the woods again, once again. A beautiful day out today. It's not too hot. I'm sitting in the shades. Very nice. Day off, but that's not why I'm making this video. I'm making this video because I wanted to let people know, and my friends and family know, that I truly apologize for some of the things I've said. As a lot of people know my story, I lost my job over a year ago, and I've been having the hardest time letting go. I've been angry, depressed. Social media hasn't really helped very much. It's fueled the anger and the depression. I'm currently trying to, wing off Facebook and some of the other platforms. Yeah, I've come to the realization, and I'm tired of feeling bad for myself. I'm not gonna set up a GoFundMe or anything like that. I've just been having the hardest time bouncing back from this job. Even though I've had other jobs, depression has been real. The negative thoughts have been so real. It's been too much a lot of times for me. But I am trying to do better. I'm trying to rebuild my life. Even though I'm 59 years old, and that was a tough pill to swallow. It was a tough pill to swallow to lose your job, even though it wasn't their fault. It was all my own fault. When you're at a job for so long, and this has happened to me several times. When I've been at a job for so long, I get really kind of full of myself, thinking I could get away with whatever I'm doing. Even though it's wrong to do. I haven't been the best human being in the world. I'm not. I fall very, very, very short of being a decent human being at times. Sometimes I do care and I try and help. And then sometimes I just, I isolate myself a lot. I've been isolating myself a lot more lately. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say, I know my videos sometimes are really boring and stuff, but this is something I needed to say, and I've been thinking long and hard about a lot of things, and realizing that the only person responsible for the crap show my life has turned out to be is me. And if and I am truly committed to try and turn things around. I know I can. Even though, I'm 59 and it's getting harder and harder, And the mental illness, trying not to think negatively, trying to, think positively has been extremely hard. I don't really talk to anybody, I talk to my son a little bit, and he even tells me, it's weird because he tells me the same thing my cousin tells me. He used to tell me, he's like, hey, I want to see you go forward. I want to see you go, I don't want to see you go backwards. And I don't know where he gets it from, but he says the same thing. He's like, I want to see you move forward. I don't want to see you go backwards. And they're right. I need to move forward. I need to, to stop this pity feeling. I need to move forward and accept responsibility for my actions. It's just so weird, you hear the same thing. Because those two are really kind of very similar. in a lot of ways. You know, I don't know where he gets it from. You know, part of the family, but yeah. But yeah, he tells me the same thing. He was telling me the same thing last night. You know, hey, I want to see you move forward. I don't want to see you go backwards. And yeah, it's been hard because I've been suffering from insomnia, the stress of working a job, you know, that I have to travel, you know, 84 miles a round trip. I know that's not sustainable. So I've been trying to look for something closer, trying to keep going, you know, but sometimes it gets really hard. It gets really depressing. You know, and the thoughts, you know, and I would never want to really, you know, delete, you know, me, but, you know, because I know that would cause a lot of pain for other people. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But those thoughts keep creeping in my head all the time. And I'm trying to push those thoughts out. I'm trying to get my life back together. And if, you know, if you're struggling out there too with mental illness and maybe some substance abuses, you know, and just negative thoughts, I just let you know you're not alone. You're not. You know, no matter how old you get, you just got to keep going. You got to keep living. You got to keep trying. You know. So if anything, if you get anything out of this message, that, you know, I want you to know that you're not alone out there. I've seen many channels of people who are homeless, struggling, you know, trying, you know, survive another day, and it's hard. It is hard. You know, I mean, when you're younger, you don't realize, you know, the decisions that you make will affect you later on in life. That's the truth. You know, some people do. Some people, you know, I mean, there are a lot of successful people out there. And in ways, I guess maybe I'm just a little jealous because I've made a lot of wrong decisions. But they're my decisions, and I made them, and, you know, I'm at that point, you know, in my life where it's winding down, but I still have to keep going. You know, like that song said, you get a little tired of life. You're not happy, but you're not ready to die. You know, and you know you just gotta survive somehow. So, but I did want to, you know, apologize. You know, cousins out in Indiana, you know, for saying negative things. You know, cousins over in Grant Park. You know, I know they were all just trying to help and stuff. And I, for some reason, I push people away. You know, I'm more of, I isolate myself, which causes more problems. But I am trying to change, and you can change too. You know, and if this message reaches you, hey man, just to let you know you're not alone. You're not alone. You can always leave a comment. You know, hopefully this helps somebody out there. But I mean, life is worth living. I mean, just look at this gorgeous day. A beautiful day. It's not too sunny. Clouds are out, which is nice because it's kind of a little coolish right now. But, you know, life is good. It can be great. You know, it's what you make of it. Don't let the decisions that you've made ruin your future. You can always change. You can always do better. And you just got to keep living and keep going. I mean, you're going to have hard times and you're going to have good times. I had a lot of good times for a long time. A long time. And that's one of the reasons I became soft and, you know, thinking my shit didn't stink. And that I could get away with lots of stuff. And the truth of the matter is, eventually, that stuff catches up to you. That does. It does catch up to you. But you can turn it around. I know I can turn it around. I'm ready to turn it around, and I'm going to keep trying. So I'm not going to go anywhere. But I'm not going to go anywhere. So I hope somebody hears this message and gets a positive vibe out of it, that they know they could survive for at least one more day. Just take it one day at a time. I'm just taking it one day at a time, Hopefully I'll find a closer job than the one I have. And it's a shame because, the people I work with are actually nice people, but I've been such an asshole to them that they really hate me. I've been an asshole to them. That's the truth. Oh, move my camera a little bit. But I don't want to be here all day and keep you all night. Just let everyone know that if you're going through problems and mental anguish or substance abuse, that there is hope out there, and that you can do it. Like the man said, the kingdom of heaven is inside you. You can make your life a heaven or a hell. The choice is up to you. Choose the heaven part. Choose the good times. Try to have more good times than bad times. You're going to have both. And sometimes you just got to weather the storm. It's been probably over a year now. And like I said, I had the hardest time getting over things. But I'm ready now to move forward. I have to move forward. And I have to keep going for a while longer until it ends, because it'll end someday. So why hurry it? Because you never know what tomorrow will bring. Alright, everybody. That's the only message I really had today. I just wanted to say that. I've been thinking about things a lot. Trying to make things better. But alright, everybody, you have a great day, knowing that you're not alone. And if you need someone to talk to, you can always leave a comment or DM me. Okay? Alright, everybody, take care.